We're here with Brian O'Connor. Brian's an expert on pellet stoves, and he's going to tell us what we need to know as homeowners in order to properly care for our pellet stoves. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us. So what we have here is the Harman P43 pellet stove. Basically, for the homeowner, any pellet stove is going to have its hopper here in the back.
So that's where I load the pellets in.
So you're going to load all your pellet fuel into the back here.
Okay.
And from there, you set your thermostat or your room probe, however your individual stove operates. And from there, the stove is going to typically handle it for you.
I remember on the wood stoves that George told us that we had to replace this gasket.
Exactly.
So I noticed this gasket on this one, same thing. What's the frequency on that?
Every few years, like George was saying, every year or two.
Right.
You may be able to get a little bit more, depending on how hard you're burning the unit.
Okay.
For the customers, one of the ways to test that is to do what's called the dollar bill trick.
Okay.
Close the door on a dollar bill,
right,
and the unit, it'll offer some resistance to us.
Got it.
But it will still pull out when you're pulling on it. If it does pull out and offering some resistance, then we know that gasket's still good.
Good. Now I can't tell if the money's counterfeit, right, by doing this?
It won't quite tell you that much.
All right, good. Okay, so one of the things you talked about cleaning, so this little, I see this lever here, does that open like an ash door, or what does it do?
Absolutely. So this is your ash pan door, again with gasket here that will need to be...
So that gasket needs to be replaced too?
Exactly. Yeah. Again, something to keep an eye on and replace when needed. And then as I mentioned, the ash or the pellets in the fire will push the dead ash off the edge. Yep. They'll fall right into your ash pan here.
Right.
The ashes in this are different than a wood ash. It's much finer.
Right.
You're not going to have lots of large embers or large coals.
Yeah.
So before you clean the unit, you want to have it shut off and let the entire unit get cold.
Okay.
And then you can safely remove these ashes outside of your house.
Good. Great, Brian. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.